Okay.
Auf vielfach Wunsch. Nochmal alles drauf, ne?
2 Stunden später, gestärkt und verstärkt Chor.
Läuft das Gerät jetzt? Ja?
Wenn wir zum Geburtstag gehen, bringen wir gute Laune mit. Wollen alle gratulieren und wir singen unseren Hit. Lieber Trude, wir gratulieren hier, wünschen Gesundheit und Freude dir. Sind wir gerne doch gekommen, heut zu deinem Ehrentag. Hast gedeckt für uns die Tische, Dank für alle Mühe und Plage. Liebe Trude, wir gratulieren hier, wünschen Gesundheit und Freude dir. Mögest noch recht lange leben, ihr mit deinen Lieben all. 70 Jahre bleibt nur immer gut am Ball. Liebe Trude, wir gratulieren hier, wünschen Gesundheit und Freude dir. 100 Jahre sollst du leben, 100 Jahre glücklich sein. Wenn wir alle dann noch leben, wollen wir wieder bei dir sein. Liebe Trude, wir gratulieren hier, wünschen Gesundheit und Freude dir.
Ich danke euch, danke ganz herzlich.
Aber sie muss die Kinder nehmen.
Ah, ja.
Sie haben Pfingsten, waren Sie gar nicht dabei?
Ja, doch, ich bin reingekommen. Ja, das war sehr schön.
Ja.
Wo saßen Sie denn vorne?
Nee, weiter hinten. Natürlich ist einerseits mit dem Orchester.
Aber es war trotzdem eine Kleidung dabei. Und das Schöne war, dass Mrs. Davies haben sich das war ein.
Es war nicht so voll verschickt.
Und der Chor war ja so klein. Wir stehen ja ganz vorne drin.
Ja. Fallalala geht's dann, glaube ich, weiter, ne? So Fallalala.
Gudrun?
Oh, das ist schön.
Jetzt, wenn ich das gut hätte,
Das bleibt.
Sitzt du hier? Er geht gerne nach den Fingerabgleichen. Frau weißt du, dass ich der Mama mal die Finger gebrochen habe? Das ist mal später hat man so erlebt. Die hat mir immer so gemacht.
Immer nach die Finger.
Immer gehst zu jemandem in der
Wo
Zeit.
treffen wir denn euch?
Aber dann ist fast beleidigend. Das geht auch nicht. Das kannst du auch nicht machen.
Wir sind doch kein Kinder als Fische, du kommst raus.
You taking pictures now?
Ja.
Okay, you have your finger in front. I can't see when it's working. There. Okay, we're going to take a picture of Lemonade, and she's going to tell us about the time that Mom and Dad were in Germany with Eric and Mike. Right?
Ja.
Erzähl das jetzt.
Also ich erzähle.
Langsam. So.
Wie wir in Urlaub waren in Österreich, Da haben wir die Tante Olga getroffen, den Mike und den Erik.
Yeah.
Und hatten eine sehr schöne Zeit dort. Der Michael und der Erich, die haben dann immer serviert an dem Tresen.
What does
Da haben
that
wir
mean?
uns,
What would she say? Dieter?
was jetzt an der Theke.
An der Bartheke war.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you were saying that you met Mom and Dad, Eric and
Eric
Michael
and
in
Michael.
Austria,
Ja,
and you were at the bar at the restaurant, right?
okay.
And then what happened?
Und die sind dann immer an die Bar, haben sich Drinks bestellt und haben auch für die Leute Drinks serviert. Sind sie immer rum und da haben wir gelacht. Wir haben eine richtig gute Zeit gehabt. Und dann sind wir auch, da war ein schöner Umzug mit Bellarschuss, haben die da
Well, you have,
rumgemacht.
you
Dann
have
waren
to
wir
inter-
zu,
he taken Dieter and interpret that. I lost her.
Lübeck.
Um,
Und dann ist der Michael und der Erik, die sind da von Leichnamszug.
you're talking so
Und
fast.
da haben wir die gesucht. Da waren die nicht mehr da.
Well, Eric and Michael disappeared, and you
Yeah.
were looking for them.
Ja. Auf einmal sind die gekommen mit der Badehose an und mit dem Badetuch umhängen zum Pfarrer hin, wo der da mit der Prozession
Well,
kommt.
then they came in with a bathing suit on in the
Ja,
restaurant.
ja.
And,
Nee, auf
To
der
the procession.
oh,
Procession.
procession.
Yeah,
What
Yeah.
kind of
it was
Ja,
procession?
ja.
A very
Organized.
A very formal.
Ja, ja,
Very
so,
formal.
so,
They
ja.
came there with bathing clothes.
Bathing clothes on.
Yeah.
Anschließend sind wir dann noch schwimmen gegangen ins Hotel. Und nachdem, wo wir uns verabschieden wollten, da gucken wir so hoch, da war im 4. Stock, war der Michael und der Erich oben am Fenster gesessen, haben die Füße nach außen und dann ich hab angeschlagen.
Interpret that.
Okay, they went swimming,
Yeah.
and after they come back in the hotel, they just looked around and saw Eric and Michael on the 4th floor.
First floor.
The windows open
Yeah.
and the legs outside.
Ja. Ah, Tante Olga nicht mehr haben Herzschlag.
They got
Dann haben wir immer
Heart
gesagt,
attack.
schön sitzen bleiben, schön sitzen
Natürlich.
bleiben.
Ach du liebe
Also was die aufgestellt haben, nicht zu glauben. Das war aber alles dann, wir sind dann heim.
And after that, you went home.
So, jetzt kommt ihr, wo ist die Trudel?
dich bei der Frau Schmidt.
Aber mit der Trudel fandst du dich jetzt nicht.
Well, then I have to,
Mit-
I have
mit Frau Schmidt.
to tell the story about
Ja, da müssen wir uns was
about
aus
when
dem
Eric
Erstmal
and
erzählen.
when Eric and Mike were sitting at, Eric and Mike were at the table, and
Das war
Eric says,
Ja, aber wieder machst du eine Mauer
the
jetzt.
waiter came to the table
der Weide.
and said, "Oh, those are nice children. Do they speak German?" And Eric says, "Yes, I speak German." And my father says, "Eric, you cannot speak German. Du kannst nicht Deutsch sprechen." And Eric hat gesagt, "Ja, ich kann Deutsch sprechen." Mein Vater sagt, "Was kannst du sagen?" Scheiße, Scheiße. so Eric said he could say shit.
Ah ja, das kann man in Englisch, das habe ich ja gleich ein bisschen shit. Aber sonst habe ich kein besseres Wort gelernt, ich weiß nicht, was das andere. Ich will auch nicht fragen.
Das ist auch nicht, ach Gott, ich weiß was das sagen dann mir nicht an.
Nee, ach,
das
die
ist
Gaben,
nicht
die
und
sind
gar nicht. Nee, ach früher nicht, also das hat
Nee, das haben wir nie gemacht, dran.
Wir waren gut erzogen, wir haben
no
sowas nie gesagt.
4-letter words.
No.
Wir waren
Aber
so.
kannst du noch erinnern, Peter, nach der Schule, wie ihr in Deutschland wart, 1938, dass wir jeden Mittag mit dem Fahrrad
Yeah.
spazieren gefahren sind. Du hast das alte Rad gehabt vom Onkel Otto, das ganz schmale,
Yeah.
ach Gott, wie heißt denn die
Got wheels, very small. I borrowed Uncle Otto's bicycle
Very
with the very
small
small
wheels.
wheels.
Du kannst die Ballonräder geben und dann die ganz schmale.
Die ganz schmale, ja.
Ja.
Yeah.
Ich gebe Zeit an, noch. Wie heißt sie dann?
Einmal
Okay, now I'm going to take a video
Die
now.
sollen sich da nebeneinander stellen.
Einmal war ich
Nein,
mit
nein.
deiner Mutter böse. Ein einziges Mal. Und das hat ein Tag gehalten, glaube ich.
Im Lähnchen.
So,
Ja.
wait, you,
Ja,
Ein
das
Tag.
sagst Traudel, das
Well-
sagst du
Ja,
nicht.
aber ich weiß
Aber
tatsächlich,
langsam,
ja.
aber langsam.
now we're going to the restaurant. The grand finale of the birthday of Trudel. Yeah, there we go.
Kommt das in Farbe drauf, da bin ich schon farbenfreudig.
Und wie ich das erst mache, das macht man das gar nichts. Gar nichts, nur
Die kriegst du nochmal für 10 Mark.
Nee. Ja, also für 10 Mark. 5 Filme, Andreas, kannst du vergessen.
5 Filme. Schenkst mir noch einen Euro?
Ja.
Du musst jetzt schon eine halbe Stunde stehen halten, damit du nicht drauf kommst. Das telefoniert die und die.
Jetzt müsst ihr vorher sagen.
Wird morgen das Wetter, weiß jemand was? Wer will?
Schlecht haben sie gesagt, voll schon.
Echt schlecht?
Dann mache ich kein Puderball.
Hab ihn ja noch gar nicht.
Schön lachen, schön lachen.
Dankeschön, ja, das reicht. Sonst ist ganz viel wie immer, ja.
There we go. I have it. Way to go, Troudel. Yeah. This is Andreas' new house. Okay, today I'm taking a video of Trudel and Troudel, who have been lifelong friends in the Kerwala house. And they're going to tell us a little bit about how it was back in 1939. And Trudel, why don't you start by telling me who lived in your house?
Bei uns im Haus war der Großvater Peter Schwenk, mein Vater Otto Stroh, Nina Stroh, meine Mutter und ich.
And Troudel, in deiner Haus?
In meinem Haus war mein Vater, das war der Jakob, meine Mutter war die Babette und meine älteste Schwester war die Luise und die zweitälteste war die Katharina und dann bin ich als Nachkömmling, als Kleiner.
Was ist Nachkömmling?
Am Ende so. Wie sagt man?
The last of the children.
Okay.
Ja.
You're the last.
The chicken.
Yeah. Dieter is doing the interpreting, and
Sometimes.
he will interpret when he thinks it's necessary. Like this. Okay, Trudel, tell us a little bit about how life was like in the Kerwala house in 1939.
Also, wir haben eine sehr ideale Hausgemeinschaft gehabt, alle 3 Familien. Sehr eng zusammen und freundschaftlich über auch unsere Eltern und Großeltern und auch wir, die Generation der Jüngeren, Traudel und ich, waren besonders eng beisammen, weil wir die Jüngsten waren und im Alter nicht weit entfernt. Ja, das...
Dieter, a little interpretation here.
Ja.
Yes, they had a very harmonious house community, living together, very friendly. They had little fights, well, no fights at
No.
all.
No, no, kann man nicht sagen.
Shut it off here.
Kann man eigentlich nicht sagen.
Okay, so Trudel was just telling me that they got along fine, but Troudel had said that one time when she was a teenager, she actually did, in fact, had a fight with Trudel about something.
Ja, mit mir, mit meiner Mutter, als die irgendwie Schwierigkeiten
Nein, 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 nein. Also Schwierigkeiten weder mit der Trudel noch mit dem Otto oder mit der... du bist jetzt ruhig.
Du hast vorher gesagt zu Peter, deshalb sagt das.
Ja, nee. Und
This is the man from the Troudel. Mr. Rushire. And me. Okay.
Habe ich ja gestern erzählt, dass wir einmal böse waren, einen
Ja.
Tag.
Ja, es
Aber-
ging um die Straßkehren, ne?
Straßkehren
Ja,
was? Siehst du,
ja.
ich habe gestern nicht mehr gewusst,
Ja,
was
doch,
das
es
gegangen
ging um
ist.
Okay,
Straßenkehren.
Dieter, wait a moment, Dieter, jetzt.
They had once a fight about sweeping the chair, the street.
Okay.
Weiter?
Ja,
Und das war ein Tag, wo wir zwei böse waren, wo wir uns nicht angeguckt
Ja.
haben. Und das war schlimm. Ach,
Ja, das war schlimm.
jeder ist darum.
They were angry at each other for one whole day. It was a terrible time for both of them.
Jeder hat schräg geguckt, wenn wir aneinander vorbeigegangen sind. Soll er lachen, soll er was sagen? Also niemand hat was gesagt. Dann ist die Trudel.
Both of them didn't know how to react when they met.
Ja. Dann ist die Trudel bei uns die Treppe hochgekommen und hat sich in die Küche gesetzt. Ich war im Wohnzimmer und da habe ich rausgeguckt.
The next day, Trudel came upstairs and sat down on a chair, and she looked from the room next to the kitchen.
Im Wohnzimmer rausgeguckt, ja. Und dann haben wir uns gegenseitig angeguckt und gelacht. Und dann war die Sache wieder okay. Alles wieder klar. Und da waren wir froh. Also, und das war bis jetzt also nie, dass wir was gehabt haben.
And after they had looked at each other for some time, both of them started laughing, and this was the only fight they ever had.
Okay. And now today she's visiting Trudel on her 70th birthday, right? Her best friend. Tell us something else about how life was in...
Wir haben zusammen gespielt, haben
Kirche gespielt.
Kirche gespielt und haben Veilchen gepflückt im Wingert und haben Puppen gespielt und
Trudel,
unsere
Dieter?
Freunde.
Well, they were usually playing together, but I remember that when there came a dog, Trudel mostly hid behind Trudel, who was much bigger.
Ja, das war die Walter.
Die Walder. Oh,
Okay,
make-
that's
sorry.
okay.
Nein, weißt du das mit der Walter?
Ich hab gedacht, sie wär's.
Wenn der Hof irgendwo neu sind und da ist ein Hund auf uns zugekommen, dann habe ich mich so in der Walter
Das weiß ich nicht.
Das war die Walter vom The Other House.
Ja.
Ja,
Nee,
das-
also die Walder, die waren nie bei uns. Also die haben
Nein.
überhaupt nicht bei uns
Nein.
brauchen können.
Ja.
Nicht.
Nein.
Nee, die war irgendwie, ja.
Well, they were...
Traudel war irgendwie meine Schwester.
Ja.
Meine Schwester. Wir waren sehr, sehr nah beisammen.
Ja.
Und
Ja.
haben eigentlich war immer in Freundschaft.
So there were three
gegenseitig
houses there, and
Einverständnis.
Trudel lived in the first house, and who was the people in the second house again? Louise?
Louis, der Franz,
Front.
mit dem Vater, Väter
Ja.
Matt,
Mhm.
und die beiden Kinder, Katrin und
Ja.
Walter.
And in the third house is where Trudel lived
Ja,
with Federmat, who is the person in the painting in the foyer at the house with the long beard.
ja.
Yes, and Federmat also was the person who had all the animals in the...
No,
in
no,
it.
no. Jakob war's.
Ja.
Jakob war der
Oh, yeah.
Vater von der
Yeah,
Traudel.
right. That's
Yeah.
just true. I'm sorry. Federmat was in house number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. House number 3 was Jakob, who had all the animals. A horse, 2 cows,
Yeah.
a goat, a dog,
Oh.
and a calf,
Ja.
right?
Ah,
Okay, it's another story.
Traudel wollte einmal bei uns schlafen, vorne im Haus. Und alles war gut und Traudel lag bei meiner Mutter und bei mir im Bett, oder bei mir im Bett natürlich. Und irgendwann dann mal hat die Traudel gesagt, ich muss nach Hause. Und meine Mutter hat gesagt, warum musst du nach Hause, Traudel? Und da hat sie gesagt, mein Vater muss erst meiner Mutter noch was sagen. Deshalb muss ich nach Hause.
No,
Will you shut it off for a short? Well, one day, Trudel wanted to sleep in Trudel's house. And before they fell asleep, she said, "Oh, Trudel, I have to go home again. Daddy has to tell Mama something."
Ja.
yeah, that's a good excuse.
Ja,
Ja.
ja. Das important. Das war wichtige Sache, ja.
Explain how you use the system for the well, for the water in the toilets.
Ja, no water. Da war kein Wasser. Da gab es kein Wasser bei uns in der Toilette.
Nee.
Nah,
Das
but
war Blumenstrauß.
water for the sink in the house. Where did you get the water? Inside.
Ja, Traudl war schon die Wasserleitung.
Wasserleitung ist die 28 Jahre gelegt worden.
Traudl, das weiß ich
Doch,
gar nicht.
28,
Aber bei
das
uns
gedenkt
war
man
es in
nicht,
der Küche nicht
28.
so.
Doch, wir haben doch Wasserleitung in der Küche.
Ja, aber
gehabt,
erst später.
natürlich.
Aber erst
Nee,
später.
nee. Wasserleitung habt ihr mehr. Sie auch gehabt?
Oh ja, wir haben ja Wasser.
Ja, natürlich haben wir Wasserleitung gehabt.
Aber in der Küche lag es erst, da lag es nicht, wir haben es rausgeholt. Ich nur
Ja,
im
Moment,
Wohnzimmer.
aber aus dem einfachen Grund war ja euer Küche war ja für der Schwenk sein Schlafzimmer.
Ja, wo
Dann
war
habt ihr
denn
sie
das?
später.
Ah ja, das war
Dann
dann
habt ihr sie
im
auf-
Wohnzimmer drin
Genau,
von
ja,
vornherein.
ja,
Ja, richtig. Ja, richtig. Ja.
Dieter, what was that?
Well, they both didn't, they first couldn't agree if they had already in 39 water installation, that's right?
Yeah.
Pipe for water. And finally they agreed that they had already.
Weil das Wasser nicht in der Küche lag bei uns, deshalb war es mir nicht ganz klar. Die Wasserleitung lag in einem anderen Raum, als es später war. Also weil da das Zimmer vom Großvater noch war, wo später die Küche war. Und das Wasser für die Wasserinstallation. Ja.
Kurtl, in your house, did grandfather Peter Schwenk have his own bedroom?
Ja, ja.
And you and and how
Meine
about your mother and
Eltern
father?
haben im Obergeschoss geschlafen.
They had also a bedroom.
Ja.
And you?
Ich auch, habe auch ein Zimmer gehabt.
3 bedrooms.
Ja, zwei Schlafzimmer. Meine Eltern und meins waren im Obergeschoss und vom Großvater im Untergeschoss. Und unsere Treppe nach oben ging außen. Du musst außen aufgehen.
Genau. Wenn
Ja.
es kalt war, mussten wir mit dem Morgen
Okay. Dieter, she's saying what? That she, in order to get upstairs, she had to walk outside
Ja.
Yeah, the stairs
get
ran
upstairs.
outside of the house.
to get to
Up
the
to the
to whose
second floor.
bedroom upstairs?
Ja,
Who was that? Your mother and father's?
ja. Und meine.
So you had 3 bedrooms then.
Ja, richtig, im
Yeah.
Haus, ja.
And then you had a living room downstairs
Ja,
and a kitchen,
ja.
and the toilet was outside.
Toilette war außerhalb. Ja.
Okay. And then Traudl, was it? How many bedrooms in her house?
Traudl haben ein Schlafzimmer und ein großes Wohnzimmer
Wohnzimmer
gehabt.
gehabt, ja. Und die Küche?
Und die Küche,
Ja.
Mhm.
die ist auch benutzt worden für einen Friseursalon.
Nee, die Küche nicht, das war ja dann das Wohnzimmer.
Ah ja,
Ja, im
richtig,
Wohnzimmer hat
richtig,
dann mein
ja.
Vater dann rasiert und die
Ja,
Haarschnitte.
Ja. Traudls
Das war
Vater war Friseur
Friseur.
und hat Kundschaft mit Kundschaft.
Barbier, so
Ja.
ein
Yeah,
Ja,
Dorfbarbier.
Yeah, Dieter explained that. I don't.
yeah. Traudl's father had a barber shop, and his customers came to his living room
Ja.
Oh.
to have
Ja.
their hair cut.
Hm.
Das war sehr nett immer, wenn die Leute gekommen
die
sind
Männer,
und
ja.
viel Unterhaltung
Ja.
und Neuigkeiten erzählt. Und,
Was that just for men? A men's barber place?
ja,
No women.
Ja,
Nur
nur
für
Männer.
Männer.
Ja.
Hmm.
Das hab ich jetzt auch verstanden.
And they liked it because there was much entertainment and
Yeah.
gossip, and
Mhm.
news were exchanged.
Mhm. Who was the person who I think was a relative of Traudl's, who lived in America,
Ja.
and he had died, and my father
Ach so,
had
ja, genau.
gone to the had I guess made all the financial arrangements for the estate for Traudl's family.
Vater und
What was his name?
Das war der Josef Seigel
Nee,
oder
Georg Seidel.
Georg Seigel.
Georg Seidel.
Georg
war das.
Seidel.
Ja, und das
Georg
war
Seigel war
Ge-
ein Verwandter von deinem Großvater.
nicht ein Großvater, vom Großvater
Von seiner Frau.
Ja.
Ein
Und das war-
Cousin von
Nee, ein Bruder war das. Zweiter Onkel.
He was
Ja, das war der Bruder zu der Großmutter.
zu der Seigel.
Ja, zu der
Großmutter.
Seidel. Das war
Ah,
der
ja.
Maria Seidel und die Georg
Traudl's
Seidel.
getting difficult.
Ja, ich sag's erst einmal.
Ja.
Can you say it in English?
Maybe I can say it. wie hieß er? Wie hieß er?
George Seigel.
Georg Seigel war der Bruder von der Frau vom Vetter Matt.
Okay.
Und
Seiner
hat
Frau.
seiner Frau, ja,
Ja.
vom Vetter Matt, seiner Frau. Und er hat in New York gelebt. Und der Onkel auch.
But wait a minute, Federmat is not related to Troudel. Federmat's in house number
Ja,
2.
Vetter Matt war ihr
Peter Matt war mein
Großvater.
Großvater, ja.
Vetter Matt war Traudels Großvater.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
Federmat's wife's brother had moved to New York.
Ja,
And so when my father went to Germany,
ja,
he already knew that he was living there.
ja.
That's right. So my
Yeah.
father had a friend to visit, correct?
Ja,
In addition to his own aunt.
ja. Und
Tante.
der Onkel August hat auch die Erbschaft geregelt mit dem Anwalt vom Georg Seigel und hat die Erbschaft nach dem Krieg den beiden Geschwistern übergeben. Er hat eine Vollmacht gehabt und hat die Erbschaft überbracht, eine goldene Uhr vom Georg Seigel.
Ja.
Yeah, yeah,
Ja. Und
Ja.
Geld, wie viel weiß ich
Ja,
nicht.
Ja.
Geld auch.
Geld
Ja.
auch.
yeah. Dita, would you interpret that?
Aber wenig, es war nicht mehr viel.
His heritage was distributed after the war to his
Onkel.
grandchildren or what?
No, Nichte und Neffen waren das.
Niece.
Ja,
Ja,
Tante,
Nein.
nee, Tante, deine Eltern,
Meine
dein
Eltern, der
Vater und die
Vater und die
Tante
Tante
Louis.
Louis
Ja.
Waren die
Neffe.
Nichten
Ja,
und Neffen.
ja.
Waren Nichte und
Yeah,
Neffen,
but didn't you mention what kind of work he did in America? Did you
Weißt
say
du, was
that?
der vom Beruf gehabt hat?
Nee.
Ja.
Hat er nicht auch Friseur?
Nee, nee.
Nicht
nee,
Friseur.
nee.
Bist du
Der
nicht?
Onkel- Nee, der Onkel ging nicht. Nee, das war schon.
Aber-
Troudel, your sister gave me, Katrina showed me the watch that,
Die Uhr, ja.
the Uhr.
Ja.
Die Uhr hat, glaub ich,
My
die
father had
gekriegt.
sent the
Nee, wer
clock.
hat die Uhr?
Die Tante.
Nein, die Uhr hat
Die-
die
Onkel.
Fritz gekriegt.
Die
Und die
Fritz?
Eisen.
Ah ja.
Fritz, ja.
Die Uhr
Yeah.
hat, sagt die Traudel, ein Cousin von ihr bekommen, ein Bruder von ihrem Vater, ein anderer Bruder vom Jakob.
Another brother?
Ja, die haben
Who
noch
lived
einen
in
Bruder.
Germany?
Ja, der aber nicht im Haus gelebt.
Yeah.
Und weil er der Älteste war vielleicht.
But when I was in Germany,
Warum hat Tante Eichen die
Das
Uhr
weiß ich nicht, warum. Aus dem Grund wahrscheinlich, weil das der einzigste Sohn war. Die anderen waren ja alles Mädchen.
Ach so, ja.
Mensch, das kann
Ja.
ich
Vielleicht aus dem Grund sagt die Traudel, hat der Cousin Fritz die Uhr bekommen, weil er der einzige männliche Nachkomme
Ja.
war in der Familie. Das andere waren alles Mädchen.
yeah, but when I was visiting Germany last time with your sister,
Katrin?
Katrina,
Ja, die hat die
Katrina
Uhr
has
gekriegt.
this watch now.
Ja?
Yes, she showed it to me.
Unser Katrin.
Yes.
Traudel? Oder
Yes.
die Louise Katrine?
Dann vielleicht, also das mit der Uhr, ich habe jetzt tatsächlich gemeint, dass der Fritz die Uhr.
What is Katrina's husband's name?
Rudolf.
Rudolph.
Yeah.
Yes, I was at Rudolph and Katrina's house, and they went upstairs, got me the watch, showed it to me, and it still works.
Ja, das ist ja was ganz Neues. Was ich
Well, it's not important. It's not an important issue.
ja, was interessant,
Yeah.
important
Also ich
for
habe
us.
gemeint,
They have
Talk
been-
about the 5 men that lived in the house, Trudel. Tell me how they got along.
Yeah, they got along very, very good. I never heard about any discussion,
Yeah.
and no fighting at all.
Mhm.
They get along very, very good. Yeah, I've never heard anything about there was trouble. War niemals
nee, das
Schwierigkeiten.
Trouble habe ich jetzt
War
auch
niemals
verstanden.
Schwierigkeiten,
Nee.
nein.
Yeah.
Nie. Even the women never had a fight together. That was seems to me
Mhm.
important because women
Yeah.
have more discussion and fightings, but no serious fighting or
Right.
discussion at all.
So Trudel just said that back in those days, in 1939, all Trudel and Troudel and all their sisters were born in the house in Kerweiler with a midwife. There was no doctor, no hospital, right?
Richtig.
And we said that Troudel's father died from a stomach ailment during the war. He was 51 years old. Let's see, we're at the castle at Hamburg. This is where they're going to have a theater. That's going to be the stage. And it overlooks the town of Hummelberg down there. And today is the 16th of June. The beer garden at the entrance. From the castle. Now we're in Fulka. This house is built in 1719. I don't know where you saw that. Yeah, I saw that. I had that now. That's the main altar. And then the side altars are very elaborate. There's 4 of them. You know. And then a pulpit that has no way to get to it. At least today.
These are friends from Uncle Oscar and Aunt Maria. These are relatives from Aunt Maria, Uncle Oscar's wife. These are relatives from him to get his husband. Here is Poodle.
Let's see, I'm in Kirweiler, and we just left the restaurant where we had some food after Oscar's burial. And I'm looking up at Neugasse, which is the street that Oscar lived, right next near the street where the Schwenkhaus is, and there's the steeple.
Next, yeah.
Just interested in all these roof lines in this one spot. Here's another spot. This building was made in 1585.
Repariert in
And,
1984.
and my interpreter
New
is,
gemacht.
yeah, Annemie Maas is my interpreter. Interesting. That's a nice shot. A church behind Clearwater House. And right across the street, it's an older house. Number 14.
Das muss be old too.
Yeah. We're looking at Oscar's old house. Number 20. Oscar's grave. That's the castle there to the right. We're about to begin Mass, 8:30. The fire department, the volunteer fire department, having their annual fest. Started last night. There's not too many people watching from the streets.
Wüste, den Ministranten, den Organisten, für die Vorarbeit, für die Messe heute bedanke ich mich recht herzlich. Besonders möchte ich noch begrüßen unseren schönen ersten Bürgermeister Zeller mit seinem Kreis- und Stadtratskollegen und Kollegen. Unsere Badenwehr aus Fulda, Gemünden, mit seinen Farbenabordnungen.
Einsatz und euer Fest, damit ihr in Dankbarkeit und Freude gebrauchen, was durch die Kräfte der Natur und die Mühe des Menschen gewachsen ist.
Now from here they're going to breakfast and some early drinking. That's 1947, right after World War II. Looks about 1930 in reality. pump, hand pump. With a portable ladder. It doesn't sound that good. Oh, turn. This is...
Soll sie nicht stillstehen bleiben, sondern bewegen soll sie. Ja.
Grüß mit Großvater und Papi. Das ist Papi. And her friends. at Tina's kindergarten.
Ganz alte Kleine, da war vieles Anfang. Und dann, also seine Früh hat Torpedo. Wir haben leider. Sauft ihr dann auch die Lachen noch?
At Andreas's house. He's working upstairs. This is the top floor. That's going to be his bathroom. And this is the stairway that comes up into this hall. This is a bedroom in here with a nice skylight above. And I'm in a bedroom that has a door that goes out to a balcony. And this is going to be his master bedroom here. They all have the skylights. Okay, here we are. Andreas.
Peter.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Komm rein.
Okay.
This is going to be a little kitchen for a separate room
Uh-huh.
in the cellar.
Okay.
This is going to be the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Okay. Bathroom off the kitchen. This area is going to be able to be rented out.
Yeah.
Yeah?
This is going to be the living room,
Uh-huh.
or the rented room, or Werkstatt.
Or a place to work
Place to
for
work
you?
For me.
I see.
We'll see what
It'll either be your place of business or something you rent out. Okay, that's
This is going to be a cold cellar
I see.
for potatoes
Mhm.
and what else?
Are you going to keep it a dirt floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Without floor.
No floor.
Or just
Look at the heavy beams in this.
stones.
Right. Okay.
And this, here comes the heating.
Okay. This whole area is for the mechanical equipment.
Yep.
Okay, now we go upstairs to the second floor, right?
Yep.
Okay. We're upstairs. This.
This will be a working area for the housewife.
Okay. Not the kitchen.
Not the kitchen.
In other words, like a sewing room or whatever.
Ja, Arbeitszimmer.
Arbeitszimmer.
For ironing and
Ironing, okay.
Ironing,
Utility
washing
room.
maybe.
What we call a utility room.
utility room. Genau.
It's the bathroom.
This is a small bathroom.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the door to go outside in the garden.
Oh, okay. It'll be walk out to. It's going to be the house is on a slope, so that's going to be a walk out door. Okay.
And this will be the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Here the place to work.
Right.
This area where you can eat.
Uh-huh.
This
Okay.
little door is for a separate oven.
Right. It's going to be an oven that's accessible from both sides. Yeah. It's nice. And
This
then,
is the living room.
okay. Nice size. Yeah, living room. And the door outside to the
Porch.
porch, yeah. Mm,
So this is
very nice. And the view, this is what you will be looking at from the porch. And then this is a terrace in the back. He's going to have that all terraced. And then on top is the porch from the third floor also. Now we're going up to the third floor, right?
Yep.
Where I first met you when you were working.
This will be the bathroom.
It's a large bathroom.
Large bathroom for the whole house from my area.
Yes. That'll service 2 floors.
Yep.
Plus you have a half bath down below, a small one, yeah. And this is a partition you're putting up between these, this bedroom and that bathroom. Okay.
This, the 2 small rooms for the children.
Right. This is a second small room.
This bedroom for me and Tina.
This is the master bedroom.
And again,
Another porch. There's a homemade hoist here to bring up his supplies.
yeah.
So it's a really nice porch here. So we're up even higher now.
Yeah, yeah. And a better view.
Yeah, beautiful view. This is my Tina's mother. My Tina's grandmother. Oh yeah, sure. This house here is Martina's mother's house, right there. And they owned this property and had given it to Andreas and Martina.
Ich habe niemand was gesagt, hat niemand gewusst, außer denen, die immer gekommen sind, mein Geburtstag. Und meine Mixerverein, die Mixerverein. Und der
Oh, was schön. Das war schön. Das war schön, das lag.
Ja, ich hole die Antenna nachher ab im Kindergarten, im Daheim. Die Martina muss arbeiten und muss arbeiten, ja.
Ist die Knie gerade in Brille jetzt, oder?
Bitte?
Ist gar nicht lang gegangen.
Nee. Aber ich stehe der Seite, so soll heute Martina.
Ach, und Sie holen sie bei der Martina.
Also bei der Martina.
Every window's got a nice view. This is the neighbors across the street.
Aha, und da zum Hinsetzen da.
Ja.
Looking down over the town. You got some chickens down there.
Da von Jungen ums Krieg noch du.
Ja.
Da waren sie unter der Hobe.
Across the street.
Da waren sie unter der
This tank is for storage of rainwater, and they use that for the toilets. Okay, here comes Tina. There's Tina riding the bicycle. It's Fahrrad. Tina, was heißt das Fahrrad in English? Was heißt das Fahrrad in English? Bike? Bike, right. That's right. This is Denny, Trudel's dog. He's not always very friendly. Here comes Tina. Be careful. Oh, let me see your face, Atina. Where is your face? Oh, what are you doing? Was machst du?
Gib halt Antwort, wenn du...
Ich bin ein was, Mann? Oh, Video Man. Video Man, okay. There's a nice looking cherry.
Sag mal, wie du es kannst, wie geht es dir?
Mir geht's gar nicht schlecht.
Sag's mal auf Englisch. Sag's mal auf Englisch.
Sag ich nicht.
Can you say how do you do?
How do you do?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Thank you.
Andreas, take a look here. That tree's up, that ladder's up there a ways. That's a long way for a little girl to be up in the tree. Tons of cherries.
Wer hat denn ein Ast abgereißt? Ist es geblutet? Was tut es, Onkel Peter?
Was? Was ist los? Let's see, Tina wanted to know if I had torn a branch off because it got all bloody. I didn't understand her, so I did not answer her.
Esst halt schon was wieder, wenn ich noch nicht da bin, wenn ihr hungrig seid. Ich muss jetzt mit Danny gehen, gell? Peter, hallo. Er ist schon wieder rein ins Häuschen.
Well, today is the opening of the Kehrweiler Wine Fest. This is the Weingut Spieß. This is where Ginny and I came one time. And this is the bishop's home.
Die Endliste Schwester zu der Mutter hat reingetreten.
Shut up, my hands are chain white killer. Ja, was offen für alle
haben bei den vielen Verpflichtungen hier zu sein. Früher wurden hier in Kehrweiler der Waden fürstbischöfliches Oberamtssitz, die Bischöfe, denen wurde gehuldigt. Aber heute hat der Staat eine so große Stellung in unserer Welt, dass sie sogar den Bischof übertreffen und deswegen damals sind sie wirklich ein großer... Hand, damit er auf den Luftbahn kommt. Hier, so, zeigt Ihnen.
Sie müssten weiter durch. Sehen Sie es besser?
Für Jung und Altgruppen. Wie zum Beispiel das WM-Studio am Samstag und die Live-Übertragung von RPR 2 am Sonntag bei der Landjugend in Uerdingen.
Nochmal alles Gute für die Zukunft und weiterhin. Herzlichen Dank, Herr Josef Spieß, der ist auch so Arrangierer hier als Mitglied gemacht. Und wir machen dann weiter, dein Kabinenspiel und weiter aus.
Okay, now we're down in the cellar of the bishop's home, and this is built in the year around 1600. And back in those times, you had to give a certain percentage of your wine to the bishop. And this is where it went. Now they're making wine, as you can see.
Und dann ist die Gruppe noch der Enkel, nächstes Mal, und nachher ist mich Sohn und Hockenheim drin wollen sie noch. Und für den August geht es wieder zurück. Das ist ein Riesen, ganz perfekt Deutsch gekannt, weil das Kind in Ferien immer da gewesen.
Okay, this is the schoolhouse that Dad went to, August Schwank, and Lena, the whole family, and including Annalie. She went there also. Let's see, this is the year I guess the schoolhouse was built, 1714. This hydrangea is in a relatively small pot right behind the school. Let's see, we're in the building right next to the school, and they're setting up to have cake. And all the cakes are homemade. We just had cake there, and this is the new school, and actually this school here is now the Rathaus. That's the town hall where Dad used to go to school, and Annalie. That's a nice shot right here. Kerwaller. Okay, one more shot. And you can see it now, but that says Rathaus. Okay, we're in we're in Maikammer.
Martin.
That's right, we're in St. Martin. With Rip and Lutter. Oh. Hello. This is the Nama.
Struppi.
What?
Struppi.
Struppi. Oh.
Come on,
Yeah. And this is where we're going to eat on July 4th.
That's
right.
Independence Day. Okay. Okay. Today we're at the Winzerhof Hotel Restaurant in Maikama with Tante Lotta. Hello, Tante Lotta. Yeah. And Rupp. Hello. Yeah. And Marga and Klaus. Yeah. We had a very nice time. Yeah.
Very good meal.
Yes. As we're leaving the restaurant.
Wenn Sie noch 2 Meter zurückfahren, dann stelle ich mich vorne dran, weil Sie bleiben länger, habe ich gerade gehört.
Yeah, restaurant right there. That's got the.
I think it's an ox again.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And it's
Grünebaum.
because this is a butcher's shop.
Oh, that is a butcher shop.
Yes.
Hmm. This is all Maikama.
Oh, St. Martin.
St. Martin. Why am I? Okay, everything I've said up to this point has all been St. Martin. St. Martin. Okay, still St. Martin. Ever since we left Lotta's house. Okay, now we're in the town of Frankeneck, and I'm with Klaus, and this is the house that he lived in from 1942 till about 1945. Is that correct? During World War II, when they were bombed out of Ludwigshafen. And the number here is number 1. That's easy to find. Okay, and this is Klaus. A little older now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was about that high.
Okay, Klaus has a little story to tell right across the street here regarding this this house right behind him. Okay, Klaus.
Yes, in 45 the Americans arrived through this valley here, and they occupied this building in there, and in there, behind these big gates, they used to cook their meals. And when they had finished, all the little children would run up to that place and try and collect what was left, like pancake stuff and potatoes and everything. And we enjoyed that a lot.
How long were the Americans here, would you say? Do you recall?
Here, perhaps for 5 or 6 months, and then they would move on to Neustadt, Ludwigshafen and so on, and this village was not important anymore.
Okay. And now Klaus is recalling something else here about this house.
Yes. We Rolf, my mother and I were living in the 2 front rooms there. There was also another family living at the end of this building and a 3rd family upstairs. And when the Americans came, one day they decided they would want our bedroom there, that room on the other side. And during that time, perhaps 2 or 3 weeks, another lady at the back of this building, she allowed us to sleep with her children, but there were already 4 or 5, so it was quite full there for some time, but we enjoyed it. At that time it was really filthy dirty because there were these paper mills, and they really made the water dirty.
Yeah, this is called Speyerbach. It goes from here to Speyer. And Klaus is saying that back in the old days, since they had the mills, paper mills on the creek, the water was quite a bit dirtier, but now it's nice and clean. And it's pretty swift also.
Yes.
Now we're going to get some coffee and cake or whatever. And there's Marga. Hello.
Hallo. Gehst du mal ein bisschen vorne weg?
And here we are. We're leaving the home of Letta and Rupp, Klaus's mom and stepfather. And we're coming back with Tony, with the bicycle, hopefully. Okay, now it's evening, and Gerhard and Elizabeth and Annalie are involved in the Christian Democratic Party, where they're having purely a social event, and Gerhard is in charge of the cooking of all the meats. So that's what we're taking a picture of right now. We had bratwurst and steak. And Annalie was in charge of serving all the food and collecting the money. Oh, you can't get away. Alright, and this is the bar set up for beer and wine. And up here is the, supposed to be the football game between Germany and Croatia. It starts at 9 o'clock. That's in a few minutes, and I intend to leave and go home and watch the game with Willie.
Bauch rein, Brust raus.
There we go. Frida and Wolfgang. Aha, he's smoking up. And we have to take a special picture of this iced coffee. This iced coffee. Yeah. That's after she mixed it all up. Yeah,
I like it.
yeah, I do too.
Iced coffee.
I'm having one tomorrow, right, Erica? Morgan? Tony? Tony and me? Yeah.
Tony and Peter.
Okay.
Tomorrow, yes. A big glass.
Right. Good. Okay, we got Tony and Erica. And this is Chancellor Kohl's house in Ogersheim. And Erica was just telling me that President Bush had been here twice with Barbara. Right there. Here's a picture right behind the house. Well, it's okay. It's nice back here. We can take a bicycle ride. Okay, today we are at Susie Kupp's dormitory, Landau University, with her mother, with her proud mother. And this is the bedroom. That's Tony. Desk. Bookcase. And homemade cactus plant with Christmas lights. TV. It's nice. And this is her, she puts her fine glasses there, wine glasses. And this sign here, Children at Play, I think was bought at Sneed's in Dunkirk, Maryland. And we have the mother cleaning up so it looks good in the video. Into the bathroom, toilet. And that's a little refrigerator. See? Everything's nice. Yep, food. But she can eat at the university for how much a day, Susie?
3 marks. 3 marks, yeah, it's about.
For each, for one meal, for the whole day?
Yeah.
Breakfast?
No, for the lunch.
For lunch, 3 marks.
It's with everything, it's with salad and warm meal and.
Yeah, so we're talking a little over $1.50.
Wie teuer ist denn da Essen an der Uni? Warmes Essen.
This is it.
3 Mark kostet es?
Yes, that's cheap. This is outside, of course, and there's a. These are typical of what the dormitories look like. And we just came from ours up here. This is a fire escape, of course. This is not the normal way to come down. And this is the way Susie would normally go by bike or to walk. It takes about 10 minutes to walk to the school. And there's Susie. We're going to follow her. It's raining a little bit today, so instead of walking, we're driving. That's her car. Driving towards the university. This is Susie's place where she trains other kids how to dance. Okay, we're at the Hamburg Castle. Okay, we're in the town of Hagenow, and we just ate lunch here. Barbarossa, I guess it's called. It was very good. And we left Murschweiler with no luck, and we're on our way back to Hambach. We may stop on the German Weinstrasse on the way. Just a little more of the town. Susie's tired. She's going to a graduation party tonight, right?
I was going.
Yeah.
It's
So she's going to take pictures.
Yes.
Just tell God I said hey, that's all I ask.
Okay. Well, he knows that.
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
He doesn't mind.
this looks
Okay.
so good.
Wonderful.
Marvelous.
Well, you did a very good job in getting it ready an hour early. Yeah?
Yeah. Very good, Elizabeth.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Or you can
It's
say,
good. Yeah? Good.
over the lips and through the gums, look out, Tommy, here it comes.
That's what I was saying. We should have something a little more sophisticated now. Yeah.
Hello.
Without being like this, Neil wouldn't be.
Okay, now I have everybody.
Yeah. Georg Koch lives with his family in New Jersey. Jakob Koch, born 1863, a hairdresser, went to the United States between 1880.
Okay, we're in St. Martin at a wine fest. Okay. Yeah, there you are. Okay, now what do we do, Huntery?
You have to start up there and get the whole picture.
The picture, okay.
And then you come to the people.
I see. Are you the people?
I'm the people.
And your son is the people also?
No, I'm the person. And there's a nice view behind me if you really want to see it.
Okay, here we go. This is the whole thing. The St. Martin Wine Fest. Now we're looking at St. Martin here. And this town there is Maikama, and over there is Kehrwaller. It's a very cloudy day, overcast, so it's not very clear.
Windy and cold.
Windy and cold, she says. Well, I'm taking this from a different spot now. This is Maikama right here, right? That's the center of Maikama again. And this is Kehrwaller.
Ist hier der Baum nicht davor? Hier ist
Yeah, okay, well, the tree's in the way, but we're okay. And just about straight here is Speyer, and about over there is Heidelberg. And right there is Huntery,
And I didn't give you any
Armin,
directions.
and Trudel.
Hi, Peter.
Yeah, Chris and Tony, Kristen,
Another one.
and Matthias back there, right. And Matthias's mother. Okay.
That's very beautiful. Und hier das Panorama. Panoramic. You look through. Abgefüllt, das ist die Größe dann. Ja. Oder wenn man viele kleine...
And this was a cloister, that is. And there's the date, 1887. Okay, and this is where we were.
Boy, it looked a whole lot higher from up there.
Sure did, and that's where we had the wine fest. Here we have two very interested people. They're meditating the history of this town. Two philosophers. Yeah, I think philosophers for sure. Yeah, deep study. Yep, that's it. This is a scene from the Garden of Gethsemane. Back. And here, of course, is Jesus praying, and the apostles are asleep. And we got Roman soldiers standing around. It's not going to work. There we go. And there are some tourists. A little bit of camera here, Tony. That's the spire. One last look at the Speyer Dome and tourists. Okay, someplace here in this building is theoretically where a bishop either lived before or lives now. Okay, we are now in Kirweiler, and we're looking at the chapel at the gravesite, and the door was made by Jacob Koch, who is my great-grandfather, and Tony and Kristen's great-great-great-great-grandfather. This is the cemetery. We're looking in at the chapel at the gravesite. And this organ in this chapel was manufactured by Willie's grandfather, Uncle Willie. We're going to get out of the way. You're right in the way.
Oh, Joseph, go around. I was talking about. Oh, I saw.
gesagt, glaub mal, ich weiß nicht, wer du vorher
Wie
war.
lange ist der Mutter tot?
8 Jahre waren das.
Ja.
Aber
This
Udo,
is my grandfather's sister,
ja,
Caroline
ja,
Kammerer.
auf der anderen Seite war ich doch da, in der Kuh, aber nicht da,
Born
in der Kuh
Schwein.
nichts gemacht worden, im Leben nicht von dem Moment.
Married
Ich sag, nee, Patrick.
Joseph Kammerer,
Aber
Uncle Willie's father.
Udo,
Joseph died in World War I.
legst du noch.
And this area is where Peter Schwank used to be and Barbara Schwank. They moved it just about a year ago. And right there was Ahea Schwank, my great-grandfather. This is Gertrude's father.
When did he die?
This is Trudel's mother and father. Lena's to the left, and Otto was in Russia, and his remains were never found. So that's a memory. Kerweiler House, the Kerweiler Kirche, and right below that is the house that we're going to be looking at.
Be a fig tree, right, Peter?
I don't know. Is this a fig tree? Let's see. This is the grave site that used to be Wolfgang Koch, who made the gate for the cemetery. There we go. That's the house. This is the road where Uncle Willie lived, and Gertrude also. Here, this is what?
There was the kitchen.
Yep.
Dining room.
Dining room.
Living room after the store was closed.
Yeah.
And upstairs we had 2 bedrooms and a small.
This one
small
window.
entrance.
One window.
One window, yeah.
And over here, what is this?
Here was a big window. It was the living room.
Oh, okay.
Later.
And it's been
Yeah.
changed since they
Yeah,
no longer
just
have the store.
smaller, yeah.
Okay. Okay, the house. This house here is Emil Klump's house.
Which is?
The one to the right of where the grapevines are hanging.
Okay.
Emil Klump. He was born there.
Okay.
Right in this area is where Trudel said that during World War II they went as a bomb shelter. And this is part of the church. You can see. I'm towards the front of the church, looking towards the back, and that's the Kerweiler house right there.
Hello, it's me Annette and I'm talking here in Hamburg. We are sitting in a restaurant named Fassdaube. That means long ago, a Fass is a barrel, and when you look up there it looks like you're sitting in a barrel. And here we're sitting in this little spot. That's where the food was for the cows, and we're sitting here, just right place for us. And here's Aunt Trudel and Tony and Christy and what's your name, Chris?
Kristen.
Right.
Kristen and Chris.
And my mother Annelie and Uncle Pete and Hanneli and my grandmother Elizabeth.
Christopher.
And we have very good soup here, fish soup, garlic soup and whatever. And later we have meat and special Palatinate meals. And we have lots of fun. Hello everybody. Now it's me again. Here's the rest of the part of the restaurant. You see up there all looks like a big barrel. And now I'm here forward. The female boss here was a wine princess some years ago, and here are the photos of it.
Okay, wave.
Hello, you have.
At the outside is Gunsher.
This is Kristen. Tony's having a glass of wine.
Wait, let's do a close-up of Peter.
Abschiedung.
Hold on, let me find the button.
Geht in Rente. Da muss hin.
Das sieht aus wie
der kann euch mal übersetzen.
She's not gonna let you have
Whoa.
Er weiß weder.
Really get to sit on his nose.
Wave.
Hey, that's enough.
Wave here.
Don't use up all my battery.
Okay, that's it. Wait till we get our food. Prost. That's it.
Okay.
And this is the restaurant we just left. We were trying to leave anyway. All we're missing is Honoré.
Oh, yes.
Okay, we're in Basel. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning, and we just checked out of the hotel. We rented bikes, and this is the Rhine River, and I'm looking now at the old town of Basel. That's where we're headed next. And after that, we're coming back across one of these bridges, probably that one right there, and we're going to go along the river path, like right here, by bike, all the way down to the corner of Switzerland, France, and Germany. And there we're going to have lunch and come on back. About every 75 feet there's a place to park bicycles.
Der kennt sich aus in solchen Dingen.
Well, we're riding by bike along the river, the Rhine over here. And Tony got way ahead of me here someplace. He's sitting down. I'm not sure how interested he is in all this, but I think it's really neat. It's a great town. Our goal is to get up to the Swiss, German, and French border and have lunch. Okay, this is the corner. Oops. This is the corner. To the left is France, and to the right is the, I guess they call that the Swiss Rhine River, and I'm assuming that empties into the Rhine. And then further down over there is Germany. Okay, we're having lunch. Still in Basel. That's what it looks like. Over here we have a little bit of entertainment. We're playing the same thing over and over again now. 10 seconds. Okay, this is the cathedral in Basel. I see some people up there. Looks like you can get up to the top somehow. Beautiful day. Let's see, we're in the church tower. You can get to the outside of it. This was a Catholic church, and after the Reformation, it's now Protestant. Looking down at the Rhine from another direction. We're looking north, I believe now. At least north is up that way. We're on the outside looking at the bell. The bell has a clock, which I'm going to take a picture of on the way down. It's got cables that go up to ring it, and it should be ringing in a few minutes. Let's see, Tony had just discovered that we could go up another level. We're quite high now, as you can see. And the other tower is right next to us. And I was wrong before. The river is flowing towards us, so that means we're looking south. Not that anybody really cares. View of the town. This is the part of the church, I guess it's being renovated right here. Couldn't get into this part. Little lines on around like that. Now we're at the very highest level at 3:30. Church there. Let's see, Tony and I took the bike ride on the right side of this of the Rhine, and we went all the way up around the corner, and further up there's more industry. There's quite a bit of some chemical factories and storage for oil, petroleum products. And you can barely see the mountains in the distance. This is our descent down. All the way like this. Parts of it are totally dark. Now we're going down to the next level. Is it all clear? It's like just one way. If you hear people, well...
No, I think we can make it to the next level.
Let's go. Yeah, it's getting dark in here. I'm not claustrophobic, are you?
A little bit.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, now the bell is located well below the top. And engraved on the bell is actually a inlay of the church itself. Looks like it was made, I'm assuming it was made in Zurich. What all that says. It's not going to rain for another 6 minutes, but I'm not going to wait for that. It's all structured in wood inside. Just to give an idea how thick the walls are to this window. There's Tony. Well, here's the mechanism that runs the bell, the clock. It's made in 1883. I was disappointed. I thought maybe it was older than that. There's the time. In about 4 minutes, it's going to go off. Then it'll be 4 o'clock. So we'll leave. Well, Tony talked me into staying until 4 o'clock, which I think is a good idea. I'm wondering whether there's a bell in the other tower also, but we shall see. From here, they have this cable right there. A cable that goes up all the way to the bell. And then on the other side, there's also a cable. Goes up. A cable right there. So there's only 2 cables, as far as I can see. A lot of activity.
Can't hear it here though.
The bell hasn't gone off yet.
Yeah, it is. Can't you hear it right now?
It's 4 o'clock. Wasn't too impressive.
Maybe if we were up at the bell, it would have been.
Yeah. Well, I never heard the bell. So Jacob, Muda, I'm disappointed in you. Well, Tony and I are just leaving the Hotel Weststein, and couldn't resist taking a picture here of this lady and a little Westie. There's a lot of Westies in the area. So, yeah. Okay, that's okay. No problem. Actually, this is a hotel right next door. But I'm taking this for my cousin Trudel and Ginny, since they're lovers of Westies. Not a great looking Westie, but not bad. Okay, today we're in Lucerne. We just rented bikes and we're looking over the Lucerne Lake. And there's some mountains. That's the old walking bridge. It's been in existence for many years. This is the old part of town. And then looking down this way. I think these things are called spikes that somehow or the other they control the water that goes right in here, the height of the water. We got a lot of footbridges across. Yeah. Tony would like to take a swim. We're on the footbridge now, the wooden footbridge, and they've got all these, every cross beam has these really nice paintings. And so forth. There's tons of them. A lot of geese or maybe the swans. This looks like a floating refuge for wildlife. I'm guessing they've got nests built in. We're on the casino side of the river, the old part of town. Can't take very good pictures because the sun is in the wrong direction. It's really nice here. River. There's my partner. This is where we're riding, in this direction. This direction. Okay, we just took a great bicycle tour. You have to pan in to see what it looks like. And we came all the way down where this is a bicycle path all along this shoreline. It's really nice. And we're on a boat dock. And further down, we're not going to go any further. It's a little bit hazy, so you can't really see the mountains that good. There's obviously a marina over here, a lot of sailboats. Tons of them. Yeah, that's it. Bikes. These are the bikes. Nice bikes. This is the path we're going back now. This path is really very nice. It's got a lot of wildflowers. The path is right along the river. Wildflowers all over the place. And just a quick shot of the casino. I don't recommend it. It's the worst casino I've ever been in. The odds are terrible. Didn't lose any money though. 5 francs.
Gonna make people sick.
Let's take a few minutes deeper. Keep taking it. Zoom in on that if you want. Pretty high here at the St. Goddard Pass. Okay, we've lost 3 days. We spent one night at Como. The weather was not too good, so we didn't take any videos. Then Tony and I went straight to Milano and to the airport, which was the wrong one, and then to the correct airport. And we just picked up Brian, and he's in his glory. So now I've got to go find Brian. Sitting here with Brian and his son Tony, waiting for the tour, which begins at 3 o'clock. And right in the background is Mr. Ferrari, when he used to work for Alfa Romeo. Alfa what?
Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo. Then he started his own company around 1947. That's about it. So over here, We've got a car that Brian's going to tell us all about it.
This is a Ferrari 355. It's currently in production right now. And this particular car was taken around the world, as indicated by all the flags and all the signatures of different racing drivers and personalities from each country.
Okay, good.
One thing about this was it was literally driven around the world. One, to prove popularity of the mark and also to prove the durability of the car. It needed no maintenance for the entire, I think, 25,000 plus trip, except for oil changes, and that's about it.
Okay, I'll catch the other side.
Mm-hmm.